Greetings and welcome to the Global Ascension Center and the New Earth Forum. I'm Kevin Doheny, and one of the hats I wear in collaborating with the team here is that I'm the forum's moderator. Because some people have never been active members of an internet forum before, and we all want this to be easy for everyone, I was asked to prepare this series of short tutorials on using the forum. So to keep this short, let's dive right in. Now, the first thing I'd recommend, if you haven't already done so, is to go down to the lower right-hand corner of the little window where the video is playing and click on either the larger view button or the full screen view, as otherwise what I'll be showing might be kind of hard to read. So here on the screen we have the Global Ascension Center website as it is today. First thing you'll want to do here to access the forum area is to click on the Login button on the main navigation menu. And if you've logged in before, it may bring up a username that you previously used. I normally log in as moderator, but for my demonstration today, I'm going to change that. I've got a separate login here, and it's called Lightworker. And my passwords are case sensitive. You type that in, and then click on Login. I'm using Firefox, and Firefox asks me if I want to remember the password for the future. If you're using a computer that you frequently use and it's not in a public location, it's handy to click on Remember Password. That way you don't have to type it in each time. If you are using a computer which someone else might access and you don't want them to get into the forum, then just close out of that. When you get in here, it brings up your login information. It says your name and username, and just some general things about your registered date and when you were last on, and then just a few basic settings down here. Don't worry about the edit profile down there. That's redundant, and there's more selections once we get inside the forum. So let's click on the forum tab up the top here. That opens up the forum's main menu here. Scroll down a bit. And once you get in here, you'll see the various topics. Whether anyone's posted lately, we see that we've got a new one here and a new one here. But for now, let's go and tailor the profile. So you can do that just by clicking right on your name, which is right up on top next to welcome there. That'll bring you into your profile. And not much is filled in right now. So let's complete that. First thing you'll want to do then is then click on this little tiny edit button over here. It's easy to miss. That brings up all these various fields you can fill in. Now, first of all, I want to tell you that you can't hurt anything here. So don't be afraid to experiment with things. But on the other hand, some things you may not want to mess with unless you want to speak a different language or whatever. Up here where it says name, we'd like you to put in your real name there. So if you've used an alias name and signing up or whatever, if you wouldn't mind, put in your real name there. So I'm going to change that to my real name there. Oops. And then it's also going to ask you for an email there. And again, that is probably a working valid email, but make sure that it's right there. If you wanted to change your password to something else, this is the place to do it. Down below here where it says editor, use default, that's probably fine just to leave right as it is there. The time zone, however, instead of just leaving it as use default, I think you'll want to change that. And so when you bring up that little drop down there, you'll see all these time zones from all over the world. And so I'm going to scroll down here to America. And I am in the Chicago, the Central Time Zone. So you want to pick a major city that's in the time zone that you're in there. That way people can get a handle on what time it is where you're at there. And you also see things displayed in the right time. And the front-end language, unless you really want to use that, I would just say use default there. You don't have to click Save yet because you're not done. You want to then go over to the next tab, Profile Information. And on this screen, you can enter in some info you want people to know about you. Up here in the personal text, you can put in something you want people to know, maybe some tagline. When I have my moderator profile up there, it says that people call me the Wizard. And if you don't mind sharing your birth date with people, that'd be great. You can just put that in here. And it's year, month, day. And then the location, that's where you're living right now, if you want to put that in. I'm in Amory, Wisconsin. And the gender, sometimes we can't tell by names. So I am a male. And then if you've got a personal website, you want to put your website name here. And if you then your URL to get to your website. If you're on any of these things down below, Twitter, Facebook, MySpace, Skype, any of these things, you can fill in your information on how people can reach you there. So let's say I'm on Skype, and my username there is The Keyboard Wizard. And the same thing for Yahoo Instant Messenger, although I'm almost never there, but the same handle there. And that's really the only thing I use there. You may use some of these others. Feel free to fill them in. And then down below here is a signature area. And you can put whatever you want there. That'll appear at the bottom of all your posts, or you can leave it blank. Totally up to you. Going on to the next tab, the avatar image. And this is something we'd really like you to do, is to upload a picture of yourself. And if you don't have a picture yourself, which is separate from maybe a family shot or whatever, if you want to email that over to me, I'll be happy to edit that for you and tell me who you are in the picture, of course. But otherwise, if you got a picture of yourself on your computer, you can just browse to that. Bring my window in here. And it just gives a regular open window, and select the file name and open. And that's all there is to do there. And then the forum settings, this last tab here, preferred message ordering, you can usually just leave that as default. The other options are first post first or last post first. Whether or not you want to hide your email or not, I would say I'd recommend no, don't hide the email. That way other people can contact you if they want to. And just show whether you're online or not. And generally leave that yes, unless you really don't want us to know that you're on the forum. And then after that, if you're done with all your changes, then you can click on Save. And that saves everything that you put in there. And it worked. Now I've got a picture. Shows where I'm at, my birth date. Over here it says I'm a fresh boarder. That means that I really haven't done much posting on the forum yet, so everyone starts out there. When I was last here, my time zone, because it's on daylight savings time, so it's an hour off from when it normally is. Normally be 6 hours from Greenwich Mean Time. And it is indeed 13:20 here, and how many views my profile has had by other people, and this karma thing, that's about how much people like your posts and that type of thing. Up here it shows that I've filled in my Skype and my Yahoo Messenger there. I didn't put anything down for the signature, and I've got some things about posts and subscriptions and so forth. This will all start to populate as you start to work with the forum. That's really all there is to setting up your profile. Just a couple other things I want to bring to your attention. If you go back to the Index tab there, which is where we started when we came into the forum, the first topic here is guidelines. Just click on that to bring it up. And there it'll show the guidelines for using the forum. Please take the time to read that. Nothing super secret in there or anything, nothing you wouldn't expect to find there, but again, just read it sometimes so that you know what we're expecting and all that. And then if you got any questions or problems or anything like that, if you go back to the main menu again here, and then you scroll down to the bottom of it, I'll let the computer catch up here. If you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see this user list. You can click that. Now you'll find a listing of all the other users on the forum. And you'll find me there with this picture, and that's my moderator profile there. So if you go into my profile for Kevin Doheny, you will find their email address, kevin@soundmindbodyhealing.com. Feel free to email me at that address with any questions or problems you have. If you think that it's something that other people may be interested or they may be having the same problem or something like that, then be sure and post it in the forum so that we can address it publicly. But if it's just something you want me to take care of or you're had some issue about, feel free to drop me an email right there. That's about it. You can log off if you want to with the log out button right up on top. Otherwise, in 30 minutes or thereabouts of inactivity, it'll automatically log you out. So have fun with the forum. Drop me any questions, and I'll see you out there.